Promise me you'll never raise your hand against my daughter. Thomas Markle reveals his warning to Prince Harry when he asked to marry Meghan, as he says a child will be in the making soon in first ever TV interview. Thomas Markle today finally broke his silence on missing the royal wedding in an extraordinary TV interview where he opened up about his relationship with Meghan and his new son-in-law Prince Harry. Giving his first ever TV interview, the 73-year-old described his sorrow at being unable to walk his daughter down the aisle and his jealousy and gratitude that Prince Charles stepped in at the last minute. He also revealed that Meghan sobbed when he pulled out days before the wedding at Windsor Castle because of heart surgery, and how he cried as he watched his beautiful daughter marry from the sofa of a Californian B&B. Harry called him to ask permission to marry Meghan, he said, and told him he was lucky to have his daughter, and warned him to never raise his hand towards her. And he said that his former actress daughter is desperate for children and expects the couple to have their first baby very soon. Speaking to Piers Morgan on Good Morning Britain, he said, "Harry asked for her hand on the phone and I said, 'You are a gentleman, promise me you will never raise your hand against my daughter and of course I will grant you my permission.'" Seemingly unfazed by his daughter marrying into the royal family, Mr. Markle said his daughter had been a princess since the day she was born, adding, "He made a good pick, didn't he?" Mr. Markle's operation came shortly after allegations surfaced that he had staged photographs with the paparazzi. He told GMB he had apologized to both Harry and Meghan, adding, "I realized it was a serious mistake. It's hard to take it back." Thomas also revealed that Prince Harry told him he is open to the experiment of Brexit and thinks President Donald Trump should be given a chance. Mr. Markle said that he was on the mend following heart surgery and hoped to come to London soon to finally meet his son-in-law and the rest of the royal family, including the Queen. "I look forward to it. I would certainly love to meet the Queen. I've had respect for that woman since I was a child. I think she's one of the most incredible women in the world and I'd love to meet her." In an extraordinary world-exclusive interview Mr. Markle revealed, today's TV interview marks the first time Mr. Markle has opened up about his daughter, the tumultuous build-up to her wedding and his future relationship with Meghan and Harry. His absence from the wedding shocked Meghan and was so last minute his name was still in the order of service. Today Mr. Markle thanked handsome Prince Charles for stepping in on the day and giving his daughter away, but added that he was jealous as he watched from the US. He said, "She was beautiful. I cried a little watching her. I was very proud and I couldn't see a better moment in my life. The whole world was watching my daughter. The unfortunate thing now is that I'm a footnote in one of the greatest moments in history instead of a dad walking his daughter down the aisle. It was a very emotional moment. I regretted it because I really wanted to walk her down the aisle. But I'm thankful for how it all went." He added, "I can't think of a better replacement than Mr. Charles. He looked very handsome. I was jealous. I wish it was me, but thank God he was there and I thank him for that." Mr. Markle pulled out on the Monday before the wedding in May, saying he didn't want to further embarrass his daughter after the Mail on Sunday revealed he had staged paparazzi photos for money. Within 24 hours it seemed he had backtracked on his decision after the bride-to-be reportedly pleaded with him to come to England for the big day. But then he said he suffered a heart attack and went to hospital, forcing him to admit he would stay in Mexico. With Mr. Markle, a former Hollywood lighting director, recovering from surgery to fit a heart stent, Kensington Palace announced that Prince Charles would walk Meghan to the altar. Sources close to the prince said he was deeply touched to have been asked. The retired TV lighting director confessed he had cried as he watched the royal ceremony on television, describing his daughter as beautiful. Asked about her choice of husband, Mr. Markle told the program he thought Harry was a great and an interesting guy. He also revealed the pair had spoken about politics, and said he had held conversations with the Duke of Sussex about Donald Trump and Brexit. He said, "Our conversation was I was complaining about not liking Donald Trump. He said give Donald Trump a chance. I sort of disagreed with that." When asked about details of the Brexit conversation, he said, "It was just a loose conversation. I think he, the Duke of Sussex, was open to the experiment." Meghan Markle's father calls staged paparazzi photos a serious mistake as he apologizes and reveals Harry and Meghan were very forgiving. Thomas Markle Sr. has given a somber reflection on staged paparazzi photographs which were beamed around the world in the run-up to his daughter's wedding. In May it surfaced Mr. Markle had secretly collaborated with a British paparazzi photographer to stage a series of pictures which were subsequently sold to newspapers around the world. The 73-year-old today revealed his regret at allowing the pictures, which showed him looking at images of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in an internet cafe, to be taken. Mr. Markle opened up about conversations he had with the pair about the media attention surrounding him. He told GMB, "Most part of it was, don't speak to the press. The rest of the things were just be careful." But they were very emphatic about not giving any information to the press or talking to them, because it just encourages them more. So nonetheless, that's what I tried to do. Despite these conversations, however, allegations later surfaced that he had staged photographs with the paparazzi. Footage obtained by the Mail on Sunday showed the 73-year-old former lighting director arriving at an internet cafe with photographer Jeff Rayner. Minutes later the pair are seen preparing to photograph Mr. Markle while he is sitting at a computer looking at a news story about his daughter and Prince Harry. Shortly after the furore, Mr. Markle was taken to hospital to have 3 stents fitted. He told GMB he had apologized to both Harry and Meghan, adding, "I realized it was a serious mistake. It's hard to take it back." The staged photographs came despite Kensington Palace issuing a warning to publishers to respect Mr. Markle's privacy, saying he had been harassed by paparazzi. A Mail on Sunday investigation established that the internet cafe pictures were part of a series Rayner took of Meghan's father. They were published in newspapers, magazines and on websites around the world. Other pictures of Mr. Markle taken by Rayner include one of him studying a book of British landmarks at a Starbucks cafe, and another in which he appears to be working out with weights to get in shape for the big day. Another picture apparently showing Mr. Markle exercising in a bid to shed weight ahead of the big day also appeared in a British newspaper.